Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिये प्रिये नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। बोलो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की जय। बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा।
ऑलराइट, सो कल हम लोग श्लोक 27 पढ़ रहे थे, 8वें स्कंद का, या और 5वां अध्याय हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं। 5वें अध्याय में समुद्र मंथन के बारे में बताया गया है। सुखदेव गोस्वामी जी परीक्षित महाराज को बता रहे हैं कि जब सिक्स्थ मनु, राइट, सिक्स्थ मनु's नेम इज, व्हाट्स द नेम ऑफ सिक्स्थ मनु? चाक्षुष, चाक्षुष मनु. Yeah. So Chakshush Manu is the 6th Manu. Vivasvat Manu is the 7th Manu, which is our current Manu. Yeah, we are descendants of Vivasvat Manu, is the son of Vivasvan, Lord Surya. So in 6th Manu's Manu Antar, Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukdev Goswami ji to tell him about the Samudra Manthan story, right? So that's what Sukdev Goswami is saying. So what happened at once time? Because of Durvasa Mani's Shram, all devatas, they lost their power. Demons took over. Devatas had nowhere to go. So they went to Lord Brahma. And then Lord Brahma ji dhyan karke, he advised everyone to go to Lord Vishnu and then pray him. So all the devatas along with Lord Brahma, so Lord Brahma along with all the devatas, they go to Kshir Sagar. That's where Lord Vishnu resides, right? That is the ocean of milk. Yeah. So Kshir Sagar, ocean of milk. That's where Lord Brahmaji, along with all the devatas, they are there. And once they reach there, they are doing prayers of Lord Vishnu. Yeah. They are doing glorification of Lord Vishnu. That's what we are reading. So what we are reading right now is how Lord Brahmaji along with all the devatas are glorifying Lord Vishnu. So yesterday हमने 27 श्लोक पढ़ा. हरे कृष्णा रीना जी.
हरे कृष्णा भैया, हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन.
हरे कृष्णा निशा. कृष्णा. So कल हम लोग श्लोक 27 पढ़ रहे थे. उसमें कि the supreme personality of Godhead directly and indirectly knows how everything, including the living force, mind and intelligence, is working under his control. This is what Lord Brahmaji is saying. He is glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, saying he is directly and indirectly knows how everything, including the living force, mind and intelligence, is working under his control. Says here, right? Vipakshitam pran man dhiya. Yeah. All pran, man and buddhi lives under his control. And then says he is the illuminator of everything. Says here, abhasam. Abhasam is the illuminator of everything. Anidram means he knows everything, he has no ignorance. And then avranam means he does not have a material body. subject to the reaction of previous activities. Like all of us have the material bodies which are subject to the karmas, right? That is the previous activities. Yeah. But the Lord has one spiritual body. And he is free from the ignorance of partiality and materialistic education. And so Lord Brahma is saying, I therefore take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, yeah, who is eternal, all pervading. That is Tam Aksharam Kham. He is all pervading, and he is Tri Yugam, yeah, all pervading and as great as the sky, and who appears with 6 opulences in 3 yugas, Satyug, Treta Yug, and Dwapar Yug. And then as we are reading in Kali Yug, he appears as a Nam avatar and also devotees like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? So that's how he appears in Kali Yug. And so that's how Lord Brahma is glorifying Lord Vishnu. Yeah, we'll continue to read that. So let's read the Shlok 28, Anilji.
Ajasya chakram tujer imanam manomayam panchadashar mashu trinavi vidyucha lamashtanemi adakshama husta vratam prapadye. In the cycle of material activities, the material body resembles the wheel of a mental chariot. The 10 senses, 5 for working and 5 for gathering knowledge, and the 5 life hairs within the body form the 15 spokes of the chariot's wheel. The 3 modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, are its center of activities, and the 8 ingredients of nature, earth, water, fire, air, sky, mind, intelligence, and false ego, comprise the rim of the wheel. The external material energy moves this wheel like electrical energy. Thus, the wheel revolves very quickly around its hub or central support. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Super Soul and the ultimate truth, we offer our respectful obeisances unto him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is how the material activities, the material body is being described. Yeah, because we know that we are in this cycle of birth and death. So in the cycle of material activities, the material body resembles the wheel of a mental chariot. Says here, Ajasya Chakram. Yeah. Swaja Ayere Manam. And then it says the 10 senses, 5 working, 5 gathering knowledge. These are the 5 Karmendriya, and 5 gathering knowledge are the Gyanendriya. Right? Which are the 5 Gyanendriyas?
Taste, touch, see.
Right? Yeah. So eyes, ears, touch, skin, smell, and
Here.
tongue. Yeah. Ear and tongue, taste. So those are the 5 Gyanendriyas. Similarly, we have the 5 Karmendriyas like hands and feet and like that. And then there are 5 life hairs within the body. So they are being resembled as 15 spokes of the chariot's wheel. Yeah, it says here Panchadasha. Yeah, Panchadash. Panchadash is 15, which is 5 Gyanendriya, 5 Karmendriya, and 5 Pranvayus in the body. Yeah. And then it's saying that the 3 modes of nature, right? 3 Nabhi, mentioned here, 3 Nabhi, Vidyuchalam, like the light. Yeah, Vidyuchalam Astanemi. What are those ast? 8 things. Those are the 8 ingredients of nature. And the 5 we already know, right? Earth, water, fire, air, and sky, along with the Suksham Sharir. This is how the gross body is composed of, right? The body, the gross body is composed of those 5 elements. And then we have Suksham Sharir, the shuttle body, which is mind, intelligence, and false ego. So it's mentioned those Astanemi, yeah, like n ingredients of nature, comprise the rim of wheel, and the external material energy moves this wheel like electrical energy. Yeah, Vidyut Chalam. And what Lord Brahma is saying is that this wheel revolves very quickly around its central support. And what is the central support? that is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Super Soul and the ultimate truth. Yeah. So we are all revolving around that. We are all part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? And what Lord Brahma is then saying, we offer our respectful obeisances unto him. Yeah. So this is how Lord Brahmaji, along with all the Devatas, continuously glorifying Lord Vishnu. Very nice purports. We will read those purports, Ajay.
Sure. The cycle of repeated birth and death is figuratively described herein, as stated in Bhagavad Gita. Apariyam itastav anyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhutam mahabaho yayindam dharyate jagat. The entire world is going on because the living entity, who is the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, is utilizing the material energy. Under the clutches of the material energy, the Jivatma is revolving on the wheels of birth and death under the direction of Supreme Personality of Godhead. The central point is the Super Soul, as explained in Bhagavad Gita 18.61. Ishvara sarva bhutanam bhutanam hriday se rajuna tishati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantradhani maya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart, O Arjun, and is directing the wanderings of all living entities who are seated as on a machine made of material energy. The material body of the living entity is the result of the conditioned soul's activities, and because the supporter is the Super Soul is the true reality. Every one of us, therefore, should offer respectful obeisances to central reality. One should not be misguided by the activities of the material world and forget the central point, the absolute truth. That is the instruction given here by Lord Brahma. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, yeah. So this is what Lord Brahma is saying, right? And the central point is the Super Soul, right? We have the gross body, then there is a Suksham Sharir, then we have the soul, right? So who are we? We are the soul. And soul is the part and parcel of the Super Soul, which is from Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. That is the true reality, and not this materialistic body is what is being mentioned. Right. And it also says here in the Bhagavad Gita, of course, right? Ishwar Sarva Bhutana. Like Ishwar, Super Soul is there in everyone. Sarva Bhutana. Yeah, in everyone's heart. Ridheshe Arjun Tishtati. He is telling Arjun that it's in Ridheshe, in every heart, right? The Super Soul is there, the Ishwar is there. But what's happening is Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani. Yeah. And then Yantra Dhani Maya. What is happening is we are seated as on a machine made of material energy. So everything, we have the gross body, the shuttle body. We know that, right? Everything is made up of material energy. And that's, now why are we getting this body? Is because of the karmas, right? That's what it's being mentioned, that is a result of conditioned soul's activities. Yeah, we are all conditioned soul. That's why we don't recognize the reality. Whatever karmas we do, based on that, we are getting all this materialistic bodies, birth and death cycle. So that's what Lord Brahmaji is saying. Continue reading this. Nisha?
थोड़ा नीचे करें. य एक वर्णम तमसः परम तद्लोकम व्यक्तमनंत पारम आसाम चकारोप सुपर्णमेन मुपासते योग रथेन धीराः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in pure goodness, Shuddha Sattva, and therefore he is Ekavarna, the Omkar, Pranav. Because of Lord is beyond the cosmic manifestation, which is considered to be darkness. He is not visible to material eyes. Nonetheless, he is not separated from us by time or space, but is present everywhere. Seated on his carrier, Garud, he is worshipped by means of mystical yogic power of those who have achieved freedom from agitation. Let us all offer our respectful obeisances unto him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So Lord Brahmaji continuously glorifying, is calling Supreme Personality of Godhead as Ekvarna. Yeah, he says Ekvarna because he is situated in pure goodness, as Ekvarna, like the Omkar, the Om. That's how he's situated. And he's saying that he is beyond the cosmic manifestation, beyond this materialistic world. Tamsaha param ta. Yeah, tamsaha param. And then what is being mentioned is he is not visible to material eyes. Alokam. Yeah. So he's alokam, avyaktam, anantam, param. Yeah. So he is not visible to material eyes. He is not separated from us even then, but he is present everywhere. Anantam. Yeah. And then of course he is situated on Garud. Yeah. Upper Suparnamena. And who is glorifying Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? Like Lord Brahma, all devatas, people who have yoga rathena dhira hai, who are experts in yogas, people who have understood, right, what is the true reality of life, are all praying to Supreme Personality of Godhead. And let us all offer our respectful obeisances unto him. So who is saying this?
Lord Brahma.
Yeah, Lord Brahma, right? Lord Brahma, along with all the devatas, are glorifying Lord Vishnu. They are praying to Lord Vishnu, right within Kshira Sagar, the ocean of milk, in Svet Dweep. Yeah. And again, a nice purport. Let's read this. Rinaji.
Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Sabditam. Bhagavad Gita 4.3.2 In this material world, the three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, prevail. Among these three, goodness is the platform of knowledge, and passion brings about a mixture of knowledge and ignorance. But the mode of ignorance is full of darkness. Therefore, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is beyond darkness and passion. He is on the platform where goodness or knowledge is not disturbed by passion and ignorance. This is called the Vasudeva platform. It is on this platform of Vasudeva that Vasudeva or Krishna can appear. Thus, Krishna appeared on this planet as the son of Vasudeva. Because the Lord is situated beyond the three modes of material nature, he is unseen by those who are dominated by these three modes. One must therefore become dhir or undisturbed by the mode of material nature. The process of yoga may be practiced by one who is free from the agitation of these modes. Therefore, yoga is defined in this way: yoga indriya samyamaha. Samyamaha. As previously explained, we are disturbed by the areas or senses. Moreover, we are agitated by the three modes of material nature, which are imposed upon us by the external energy. In conditional life, the living entity moves turbulently in the whirlpool of birth and death, but when one is situated on the transcendental platform of Vishuddha Sattva, pure goodness, he can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead who sits on the back of Garud. Lord Brahma offers his respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. न यस्य कदाचित् तटी माया यया जनो मुहाति वेदनार्थं तं निर्जितात्मात्मगुणं परेशं नमाम भूतेषु समं चरन्तम्. No one can overcome the Supreme Personality of Godhead's illusory energy, Maya, which is so strong that it bewilders everyone, making one lose the sense to understand the aim of life. That same Maya, however, is subdued by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who rules everyone and who is equally disposed toward all living entities. Let us offer our obeisances unto him. So Lord Brahma continuously saying the Maya, right? The materialistic world, we conditioned soul, of course, we get so much engaged into the Maya that we even forget what is the aim of this life, is what is mentioned, right? We lose sense to understand the aim of life, like why are we in the human form of life? We forget that. But the same Maya is, of course, controlled by the Ishwaram Gunam Paresham. So what Lord Brahmaji is saying is Namam Bhuteshu Samam Charantam. The one who is equal to everyone, Samam Charantam, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, we offer our obeisances unto him, is what Lord Brahmaji is praying. Yeah. And again, nice purport. So let's read. Ajay.
Yeah. The prowess of Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu certainly controls all living entities, so much so that the living entities have forgotten the aim of the life. Na te viduh swartha gatim hi Vishnu. The living entities have forgotten that the aim of the life is to go back home, back to Godhead. The external energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead gives out conditioned souls what appears to be an opportunity to be happy within this material world. But that is Maya. In other words, it is a dream that is never to be fulfilled. Thus, every living being is illusioned by the external energy of the Supreme Lord. That illusory energy is undoubtedly very strong, but she is fully under the control of transcendental person who is described in the verse as Parisham, the transcendental law. The Lord is not a part of the material creation, but is beyond the creation. Therefore, not only does he control the conditioned souls through his external energy, but he also controls the external energy itself. Bhagavad Gita clearly says that the strong material energy controls everyone, and getting out of her control is extremely difficult. That controlling energy belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and works under his control. The living entities, however, being subdued by the material energy, have forgotten the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what is being mentioned is this whole materialistic world, which is ruled by Maya, is nothing but the external energy of the Lord. Yeah. So the materialistic world runs by external energy of the God, and the spiritual world is by the internal energy of the Lord. Yeah. Look. Hare Krishna, Sachin.
Hare Krishna. Ime vayam yat priya yaiva tanva satvena srishta bahirantaraviha gatim na sukshma mrishyascha vid vidmahe kruto suradhya itara pradhanaha. Since our bodies are made of sattva guna, the demigods, are internally and externally situated in goodness. All the great saints are also situated in that way. Therefore, if we even cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what is to be said of those who are most insignificant in their bodily constitutions, being situated in the modes of passion and ignorance? How can they understand the Lord? Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Brahmaji is continuously saying that even our bodies, who are our bodies here, is Lord Brahma and Devatas. Saying Ime Vayam, yeah, we like the Lord Brahma himself, and all the Devatas who are praying there, saying that even their bodies, right, they are Satvena Srishta Bahir Antaravi. So Satven, they are in the Sattvagun, yeah, the Satogun. Their bodies are made of Satogun, related to Satogun, right? And they are saying internally and externally, both they are situated in goodness. And what Lord Brahmaji is saying that irrespective and in spite of being situated in the mode of goodness, it's very difficult to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? They cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So what he's saying, if we don't understand, what about all these people who are living in Rajogun and Tamogun, right? And insignificant in their bodily constitutions, right? in the modes of passion and ignorance, how can they understand the Lord? That Supreme Personality of Godhead, yeah, Lord Brahmaji is saying, offer our respectful obeisance unto him. Yeah. Can a nice purpose will read this, Anilji?
Atheists and demons cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although he is situated within everyone, for them the Lord finally appears in the form of death, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Mrityu Sarva Haras Chaham. Atheists think that they are independent and therefore they do not care about the supremacy of the Lord. Yet the Lord asserts his supremacy when he overcomes them as death. At the time of death, their attempts to use their so-called scientific knowledge and philosophical speculation to deny the supremacy of the Lord cannot work. Hiranyakashipu, for example, was an exalted representative of the atheistic class of men. He always challenged the existence of God, and thus he became inimical even toward his own son. Everyone was afraid of Hiranyakashipu's atheistic principles. Nonetheless, when Lord Nrsimha Deva appeared in order to kill him, Hiranyakashipu's atheistic principles could not save him. Lord Nrsimhadev killed Hiranyakashipu and took away all his power, influence, and pride. Atheistic men, however, never understand how everything they create is annihilated. The supersoul is situated within them, but because of the predominance of the modes of passion and ignorance, they cannot understand the supremacy of the Lord. Even the demigods, the devotees who are transcendently situated or situated on the platform of goodness, are not fully aware of the qualities and position of the Lord. How then can the demons and atheists understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead? It is not possible. Therefore, to gain this understanding, the demigods headed by Lord Brahma offered their respectful obeisances to the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is how Lord Brahma continuously glorifying Lord Vishnu in the Kshira Sagar. The next slok. Hello, Hare Krishna Prem.
Hare Krishna Gajendra. पादो मयि स्वकृतैव यस्य चतुर्विधो यत्र हि भूत्सर्ग स वै महापुरुष आत्मतंत्र प्रसीदन्ता ब्रह्म महाविभूति. On this earth, there are four kinds of living entities who are all created by him. The material creation rests on his lotus feet. He is the great supreme person, full of opulence and power. May he be pleased with us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Lord Brahma and Devatas are saying that the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead, right, on which Mahi is Prithvi, and that's what rests on the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he says Chaturvidho, like there are four ways the living entities are generated, right? The four ways by which the living entities are created. And what is being mentioned is all created by him, right? The super soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he is Save Mahapurush Atmatantra. That's what the Lord Vishnu is. And then Brahmaji is saying, Prasidatam, yeah? He's saying, may he be pleased with us. Yeah? Prasidatam Brahma Mahavibhutihi. May he be pleased with us. So, again, nice purport. Let's read. Nisha?
The word Mahi refers to five material elements: earth, water, air, fire, and sky, which rest upon the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mahat Padam Punya Yaso Murareha. The Mahat Tattva, the total material energy, rests on his lotus feet, for the cosmic manifestation is but another opulence of the Lord. In this cosmic manifestation, there are four kinds of living entities. Jarayuja, those born with embryos. Andaja, those who born from eggs. Svedaja, those born from precipitation. And Udbijija, those born from seeds. Everything is generated from the Lord as confirmed in the Vedanta Sutra. Janmadi Atsya Yata. No one is independent, but the Supreme Soul is completely independent. Janmadya Asya Yato Navyad Ita Itratas Chatraseva Abhijanah Swarat. The word Swarat means independent. We are dependent, whereas the Supreme Lord is completely independent. Therefore, the Supreme Lord is greatest of all. Even Lord Brahma, who created the cosmic manifestation, is but another appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The material creation is activated by the Lord, and therefore the Lord is not a part of material creation. The Lord exists in his original spiritual position. The universal form of the Lord, Vairaj Murti, is another feature of the Supreme Personality of God. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So one thing as we should probably know is on this earth, there are 4 kinds of living entities. Yeah. Mentioned here is Chaturvidho Yatra Hi Bhuta Sarvya. Yeah, like 4 ways the living entities are generated. Yeah, born from embryos, from eggs, from perspiration, and from the seeds. Yeah, like plants will come from the seeds. But everything is generated from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is what is mentioned. Rinaji?
Ambhastu yatret उदारवीर्यं सिद्धयन्ति जीवन्त्युत वर्धमानाः लोकायतो अथाखिललोकपाला प्रसीदतां नो स महाविभूते. The entire cosmic manifestation has emerged from water, and it is because of water that all living entities endure, live, and develop. This water is nothing but the semen of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, may the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has such great potency, be pleased with us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So Lord Brahmaji is continuously glorifying Lord Vishnu. Sachin?
Somam mano yasya sama mananti divo kasam yo balamad manda ayu isho naganam prajanam prasidatam nah sa mahavibhuti. So the moon is a source of food grains, strength, and longevity for all the demigods. He is also the master of all vegetation and the source of generation of all living entities. As stated by learned scholars, the moon is the mind of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead, the source of all opulences, be pleased with us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So again, Lord Brahmaji is praying to Lord Vishnu and saying that Somam, Som is the moon, right? Chandra. He is Balmand Ayu hai. Yeah, he is the source of strength and longevity for all demigods. Yeah, and what is being mentioned is moon is the mind of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Somam Mano Yash Samamanti. Yeah, and what Lord Brahmaji is saying is Prasidatamna Sa Mahavibhuti. Such Supreme Personality of Godhead, the source of all opulences, be pleased with us. Prasidatam. Yeah. And it says the Som, the predominating deity of the moon, is the source of food grains and therefore the source of strength even for the celestial beings, the demigods. He is the vital force for all vegetation. Unfortunately, modern so-called scientists who do not fully understand the moon describe the moon as being full of deserts. Since the moon is the source for our vegetation, how can the moon be a desert? The moon's shine is the vital force for all vegetation, and therefore we cannot possibly accept that the moon is a desert. Okay. Next, Prem. So,
Agni Murk Yasya tu Jata Veda Jata Kriyakand Nimitt Janma Anta Samudre Nupyaspadhantu Dhatun prasidanta na sa mahavibhuti. Fire, which is born of for the sake of accepting oblations in ritualistic ceremonies, is the mouth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Fire exists within the depth of oceans to produce wealth, and fire is also present in the abdomen to digest food and produce various secretions for the maintenance of the body. May that supremely powerful personality of Godhead be pleased with us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So Lord Brahma, of course, Agni Mukham. Yeah, that's Mukh of Agni is the mouth of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Lord Brahmaji is asking that he be pleased with us. Because, as we know, right, all the Devatas, they have lost their power. The Asuras have taken control of them. So Lord Brahmaji takes all the Devatas to ocean of milk, Kshir Sagar. That's where, in Dvip, that's where they are praying to Lord Vishnu. That's what we are reading, the prayers of Lord Brahma right now. Anilji?
जी हाँ. The sun god, sorry, Yachakshurasit Taranidevyanam Treymayo Brahmana Evam Visheth Dhishtaram Dwaram Cha Mukhavar Mratam Cha Mrityu Prasidatam Na Sa Mahavibhuti. The sun god marks the path of liberation, which is called Archiradi Vartama. He is the chief source for understanding of the Vedas. He is the abode where the absolute truth can be worshipped. He is the gateway to liberation, and he is the source of eternal life as well as the cause of death. The sun god is the eye of the Lord. May that supreme Lord, who is supremely opulent, be pleased with us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You see how beautifully Brahmaji is glorifying Lord Vishnu. Again, a nice purport. Ajay?
The sun god is considered to be the chief of the demigods. He is also considered to be the demigod who watches the northern side of the universe. He gives help for understanding the Vedas as confirmed in Brahma Samhita 5.52. Yak Sakshur Isha Savita Sakal Grabanam Raja Samast Surmurtir Ases Teja Yasya Janya Brahmati Sambrata Kala Kakru Govindam Adipurusham Tam Aham Bhajami. The sun full of infinite effulgence is the king of all the planets and the image of the good soul. The sun is like the eye of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Rinaji?
I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, in pursuance of whose order the sun performs his journey, mounting the wheel of time. The sun is actually the eye of the Lord. In the Vedic mantras, it is said that unless the Supreme Personality of Godhead sees, no one can see. Unless there is sunlight, no living entity or on any planet can see. Therefore, the sun is considered to be the eye of the Supreme Lord. That is confirmed here by the word Yachakur, Yachaksur, Dasit, and in the Brahma Samhita by the words Yakshasur, Esa Savita. The word Savita means the sun god. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, and this is from Brahma Samhita, where Lord Brahmaji is specifically praying to Lord Govind. And that's what we are also hearing at the end of the session. Right? Isha?
प्राणाद् बुध यस्य चराचराणां प्राणः सहो बलमोजश्च वायुः अन्वास्म सम्राज्ञिवानुगा वयं प्रसीदतां नः स महाविभूतिः. All living entities, moving and non-moving, receive their vital force, their bodily strength, and their very lives from the air. All of us follow the air for our vital force, exactly as servants follow an emperor. The vital force of air is generated from the original vital force of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. May that Supreme Lord be pleased with us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And again, who is saying all this?
Brahmaji.
Brahmaji, yeah. So Lord Brahmaji along with Devatas is saying Char Achar, like Chara Achar, right? Char Achar, like moving and non-moving entities in this world, materialistic world, right? They all get their lives from the air. Yeah. Bal Mojaksh Vayu hai. And then anyway, all this comes from the Mahavibhuti, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Lord Brahmaji is saying, Prasidatam. Yeah. May that Supreme Lord be pleased with us. Yeah. Let's do one more shlok, Sachin.
Shotrat disho yasya hridascha hani praja gire kam purushasya nabhyaha pranendriya atma susharira ketah prasidatam nah sa mahavibhutihi. May the supremely powerful personality of Godhead be pleased with us. The different directions are generated from his ears. The wholes of his body come from his heart. The wholes of the body come from his heart, and the vital force, the senses, the mind, the air within the body, and the ether, which is the shelter of the body, comes from his navel. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So everything is generated from Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Lord Brahmaji is asking to proceed Tamne Sa Mahavibhuti, to be pleased with that. So we're going to pause here. This glorification of Lord Vishnu continues for a few more shloks. We'll read that tomorrow. Okay. And as we have been listening to, yesterday we heard like few shloks of Brahma Samhita. Yeah. We'll hear the next few shloks for 5 minutes. The next shloks of Brahma Samhita. And Brahma Samhita, as we know, is the prayer of Lord Brahma for Lord Govind. Yeah. So let's hear it for 4 to 5 minutes.
Govindamadi Purusha Tamaham Bhajami Advaitam Achutyam Anadim Anantarupam Atyam Purana Purusham Navayavanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabhamatma Bhakta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Panthastu Koti Shatavatsar Sampragamyo Vayorathapi Manaso Munipongavana Soapyasti Yat Prapadasimnya Vichintya Tattve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopya Saurachaitum Jagadanda Kotim Yachaktirasti Jagadanda Chayayadantaha Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yat Bhav Bhavita Dhiyo Manujastatheva सम्प्राप्य रूपमहिमा सनयानभूषः सुक्तैर्यमेव निगम प्रतितैस्तुवन्ति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आनन्दचिन्मयरस ताभिर्य एव निजरूपतया कलाहि गोलोक एव निवसत्यखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि प्रेमाञ्जनचुरितभक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरमचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि रामादिमूर्तिषु कला नियमेन तिष्ठन् नानावतारमकरोद्भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्ण स्वयं सम्भवतः परमापुमान्यो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
Right? Yeah, so Lord ब्रह्मा जी भी इसमें कह रहे हैं कि कृष्ण भगवान अलग अलग नाना अवतारम या कम्स इन बहुत से अवतारों में आते हैं एंड देन स्वयं कृष्ण रूप में प्रकट होते हैं कृष्ण है स्वयं संभवत परम नाइस ब्रह्मा जी की स्तुति we'll continue to hear this tomorrow and we'll continue doing those prayers very blissful prayers from Lord Brahma ji. See you tomorrow at 9:30. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.